Welcome back to Out in the Woods Spooky Sweet Tea. So Zane pointed out something whenever we went on break. You know, it went from, we really got away from spoopy and got more
Got really into poopy.
Got really into poopy. So let's reel it back in. So obviously, we all believe in ghosts. 100%. I mean, y'all, I also just want y'all to know, I was not kidding about the ghosts in the Red Jasper. Like, all of that advertising, like, and everything, like, that was not a joke. Like, I really, truly believe that spirits were affecting my audiovisual equipment, like, the whole time.
I believe in residual haunting. Maybe not intelligent.
So, like, an
but that's just
energy.
because I've never seen anything that was, like, intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You've only seen stupid ghosts.
Well, I live in Mississippi, so...
Stupid hit ghosts.
But whatever, yeah.
I know exactly what you mean though, like a residual energy that's just kind of stuck in like a loop.
Yeah, and it just does the same thing.
Like it
because,
balances,
like, I have this theory that, like, maybe something happened at that moment and then it just plays over and over and over and over and over. Like a recording.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Because you get a lot of times, like, when people talk about ghosts, they talk about, like, every night at 3 a.m. she walks
Every
in
night,
the kitchen and pours a cup of wine, you know, like that kind of stuff. I actually, that is a lot of what I believe about ghosts and stuff, is that it is kind of like, almost kind of like a memory.
Yeah.
Or like it's an impression on the energy, not necessarily that person.
Right.
Because they have, you know, like, moved on, gone to hell, gone to heaven, whatever, you know.
Well, it's just as easy as, like, you can walk into a room and be like, something just doesn't feel right here.
Or
you
maybe
know?
like a past life thing.
Or even, like, not even a negative thing. Like, you walk into a room and you're like, oh, I feel really, I don't know. When I'm in here, I, like, feel really good.
Like energy.
Exactly. I believe also in multiple dimensions, and sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like someone's energy from another dimension kind of leaks down into ours for just, like, a split second, you know? Or even an alternate timeline. I don't know, you know?
I have a lot of those moments where it's like, I remember something so definitively, and then somebody's like, that's not a thing.
Me too.
And I'm like,
yes,
it is. Like, me and our friend Katya had the conversation about the movie, the Genie movie about Sinbad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Like, that was like a whole thing for her. Where, like,
oh, the Mandela effect?
Yeah, where we were like, oh yeah, that's that meme. And she was like, no, this happened to me.
Okay, but here's the weird thing. I have not had deja vu over the past year at all. Has anybody else noticed this phenomenon? Because I used to have deja vu, like,
all the time.
pretty frequently, yeah. Like,
I guess I feel it with the things that, like, I know I do every day, like the things that are monotonous now, but nothing ever, like, where it stands out to me like, oh, this is deja vu.
right, like, this is specifically a conversation that I have had. Tangent. Have y'all heard of that phenomenon of that guy that everyone says they see in their dreams but no one's ever actually met?
I've heard of it, but I'm not super familiar with it.
Like,
I feel like we've talked about it before.
I was gonna say, so, like, you'll know, like, if you saw the picture, you'd probably be like, oh, I know what that is, because I've seen that it's, like, big on the internet. It's, like, someone, like, the picture is something that, like, one of those crime scene people that does, like, the photos of the perpetrator.
Police sketch artist?
Yeah, police sketch artist did, and it's just, like, this plain-looking man with, like, a wide nose and, like, dark eyes and, like, bushy eyebrows. But, like, I guess what's so creepy is, like, everyone has seen, specifically that man, but they're all from all around the world, and they have never met that man in their life. So, like, and the thing is, like, your brain can register, you know what I mean? Like,
is it like the Isdal man?
The what?
Okay, there was this guy that was, like, found on the beach in a place called Isdal in, like, the 60s, and they've, to this day, never figured out who he was or where he was from. And he had, like, the words to, the Rubaiyat written on the inside of his suit. And, yeah, look that up, the Isdal man.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
But he had, like, a very generic face. Like, you would be like, oh, I've seen that guy.
Right.
But nobody knew who he was.
I was gonna say, it's kind of like that, except, like, he only exists in people's dreams. Like,
right. Like, he's not, like, a real person?
They're not, as far as people know, like, that's why they put his face out on the internet, so that they could give someone the opportunity to be like, hey, I'm that guy, yeah. Like, you've probably seen me, I'm a world traveler. Still to this day, nobody has ever come forth and been like, I'm that guy, or nobody's been like, well, I think you might be talking about, like, this loved one of mine, or something like that. Like, nobody knows who this person is that's in these people's dreams.
He's like, he's the one running the simulation for all those simulation believers.
I was gonna say, you never know. But also, like, you know, he could just be that one underwhelming guy that you always see on Grindr at the very top right next to your profile.
Who always wants to talk to you.
Who always wants to talk to you and you ignore him. Oh, actually, hey, since we're on the Sweet Tea episode, let me pull up something real quick. It's not Grindr this time, it's Growler. There's this guy.
I think I'm allowed on there, I'm not hairy enough.
There's this guy, and you said on Facebook if you let your hair grow out, you might be hairier.
Oh, yeah, true.
I was gonna say, but you are ginger, so it's a little more effervescent, translucent.
Yeah, it's definitely blonde.
So Mike69 on...
Of course.
Nice.
On Growler. He's an old man. I think that 69 is probably his age or the year he graduated from high school.
Or he's just super cool.
Exactly. Or he just wants, you know what I mean? That's exactly what he wants. But he you know, boomers, no offense if there are any boomers listening to this show.
Cindy Hyde-Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cindy. I'm sorry, Cindy. Former Secretary of Agriculture.
Guilty.
I know you'd be at the first row at my hanging, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So
anybody's really.
Exactly. So he comments like boomers comment, and I don't think he understands A, that I'm ignoring him, and B, that I understood what he meant the first time he messaged me. I will read it for you. So on October 13th, 2020 at 10:36 a.m. So by the way, everyone, my profile picture on Growler is the same as mine on Grindr. It's the picture of me with the Woke Up Gay Again t-shirt. Available at thatsoundsgay.com right now. Use promo code ONTW_podcast to get 30% off your total purchase. Anyway, so he messaged me and said, I wake up every morning and gay. Thank God I love cock.
Indeed.
So I didn't message him. I was just like, I did that thing where I looked, I cocked my head to the side and gave him a nod of, yes, I'm right there.
You did that information. You did that in the text back?
I did. No, I didn't do that in the text back. I didn't text back. I was just like,
it's all stage direction in the asterisk.
Exactly.
Oh no, the creepy asterisk.
Then October 25th, when was that? Was that yesterday? No, that was 2 days ago. So 12 days after I didn't respond to his message, he messaged me again with the laughing, with the crazy face emoji, which is the one that's like the... Two of those. He messaged me two of those.
That's a very specific...
Double the crazy.
And so and so I'm in the walk-in cooler at work, and I see this message, and I look, and I go...
And then he shuts the door of the walk-in cooler and makes that face in the window. I think he just didn't. I think he thought I was ignoring because I didn't understand what he was meaning, but I totally understand. So this is the clincher, okay? This morning at 10:44 a.m. This is why I decided to finally I'm just gonna put it out there. This morning at 10:44 a.m. he just sends me a simple message. He just says, "Me."
As in me, or
as in me. And that's when I was just like,
he had a stroke.
I know that you identify with my t-shirt. I understand, Michael. I understand.
Michael 69.
I still have not responded. At that point, I was just like, I just can't wait to see what comes next. If he's just gonna send me a paragraph that's I don't know if you know, but I was just trying to relate to your t-shirt.
Yeah.
And would you also like to 69?
Yeah, just say it.
But every queer person, especially people who love cock, should thank God every day that they love cock. So
I mean,
Yeah.
there we go. So that's what's going on with mine. I know that you, of course, don't have that. Wesley,
oh, I'm on the grind hard every day.
do you have any specific messages you would like to share?
Sorry, my phone again.
Okay.
I get a lot of, you want to come fuck my wife?
Oh!
Because I have bi on mine, and I'm like, what's your life look like? But usually it's like this. So I'm like, no.
It's usually Cindy Hyde-Smith.
I don't want to fuck myself.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, like if anybody was hot, I'd be into it, but no.
Actually,
But I get that like every day, like it's, and they're always no-face people, like, yeah.
those ones that's like, it's the 50-year-old saggy titties,
And then the other ones I
gray
get
hairy
are like,
chest.
come suck my dick, and I'm like, no.
No, point blank. Full stop.
Make me.
Yeah, like,
Get it away.
I'll bite it.
Now Zane, you and I actually have been hit up before years ago by the same guy on Grindr who was looking for female to male. He was looking for female to male, and he thought that me and Zane both were ladies who had transitioned.
Which I get a
To
lot.
manhood.
I get like
I've gotten it before too, yeah.
I get it an extraordinary amount. When I back before Tumblr went to shit, I had like a string of messages from this person on Tumblr. Because I never posted shirtless photos or whatever, you know, body dysmorphia. But they're all of like me with like a slight beard and like, you know, I have like, you know, a pretty like round, cute, you know, face. And they were like, wow, like your journey is so inspiring, you know, just all this stuff about
But then,
how...
like, what do you say? Like, I like transgender people, but I'm not one. Like,
Yeah,
Right,
like literally,
exactly,
and I
like-
was like, I mean,
I would be so confused. I would just walk away. I couldn't.
I have been on, yeah, at that point it's like I have been on quite the journey, you know, in academia. Like,
right.
I bought some Louboutins this year for the first time.
Right, like, you know, we're learning Lesak right now, and that's a journey. No, but
Hello.
yeah. Oh wait, gee. That's what you have to say on
Yeah.
Grindr.
So they'll know. They'll get it. Or Meisner them.
I was
Over
gonna
text.
say exactly. I guess this is another question that I asked in Chris Moore's episode, but I mean, you know, that episode had some real good, like, Halloween themed questions. So, like, what's like one thing in real life that y'all are really scared of? I'm not talking about like cryptids. I'm like actually talking about like something
Snakes.
that just comes with. Well, that
Snakes.
too. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
When I first moved into my house, there were snakes everywhere inside the house. Because there were like, I was redoing the floor and there were like holes in the floor.
Mhm.
They had taken over the house before I moved in. So like, for the first like 2 or 3 years I lived there, I have a well. They would come up through the sink. The fucking sink.
Oh God.
Rattlesnakes
No.
coming up through the sink to kill me.
Also, you have a well, which is just creepy enough. in
I know,
itself,
it is,
Like,
but it is really good water though.
really?
Yeah, it tastes
What's the
amazing.
difference? Really?
Yeah.
You can
My
confirm.
mom's country ass family has a well, and
Right.
that water
It's the shit.
be hitting different.
Yeah.
That just blows
It doesn't
my mind.
taste as much like chlorine as
I
like,
was gonna say, I just feel like well water would taste like a little earthy.
Minerally, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's minerally.
Yeah, mineral water, yeah.
Oh.
It's very nice.
Okay.
Yeah. And snakes.
And snakes.
And snakes that taste like snakes. What about you?
I guess if we're talking about the like physical like fears, I'm famously afraid of birds. Birds
True.
and big animals. Like horses and shit, I don't like it.
Oh wow.
I will say though, however, my New Year's resolution for this year was that I was gonna get over my fear of birds, and I have officially done that for the most part.
Yes.
And it's like, to provide some clarification,
A lot of people are afraid of birds.
yeah, it's like parrots and like macaws,
Mhm.
like anything with a beak shape like
That
this.
can hurt you. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a family friend growing up that he had this bird he was in love with. Like he took that bird everywhere. They were best friends. Blah 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 blah. and we were at like a Thanksgiving party or something like that. And he used to do this thing. He was missing a lot of teeth, and so he put grapes in between his teeth. And
Is this who I think it is?
let the bird eat them out. We'll talk off camera.
Okay.
But he would let the bird like pick the grapes out, and it was like a ha fun trick. Well, one day at like a Thanksgiving or something, the bird latched on right here and tore his face up to his ear.
He's like the Joker now.
And so
He is.
So I witnessed this bird tearing this man's face off, and him like grabbing the bird and like snapping its neck, and then collapsing to the floor and crying like a 45-year-old man, mind you. And so me as a child, I was like, okay, it's official. Birds are a no for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And dinosaurs came from birds came from dinosaurs. So, they still have that ancient,
Velociraptors do look like birds.
The ancient evil, yeah.
Right. That's why I love birds, actually. So, I was also going to say, there is an irrational fear, Zane, that you have that I don't know if you'd be comfortable with sharing.
Oh my god!
Oh, we got to now.
Okay, yeah, so it's a thing from my childhood. I don't know, like, and it's not so much a fear now, but as much as like it makes me uncomfortable. It's like, so when I was younger, I for some reason had the belief that human skeletons were like manifestations of evil, and that your belly button was like, the reason it was twisted like that was to keep it in. And so I grew up with this like irrational fear that like it would unravel and evil would be released.
Oh, sorry.
And so like I throughout my life became friends with people that would like try and jam their finger into my belly button after learning this. And it's like it's
Oh wait, you went to Purvis High School, right?
yeah, I did. Yeah. And so it's very much like it's a mark of a true friend. It's like, you have this fear? Let me explore this.
Two people from Purvis. Aren't Purvis people called perverts?
Feeling nervous, drive through Purvis. It's an Afro Man song.
None of them. I know that Afro
I was
Man
gonna say,
song.
I know you know.
I know that Afro Man song. I wanted to
That's
get a
about
reaction out of them, and it did not work whatsoever. Because they're actually both perverts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just accurate. It's not even offensive.
Right.
Also, from stories y'all have both told me, like, the people of Purvis are, like, real dirty. Like,
I don't talk to any of them.
I guess whenever you're, like, living in lumber country, you'll find anything to
fuck.
Yeah.
to fuck or,
100%.
or just pass the time.
Yeah.
I was fat and I still pulled people. Like, I was like, like in middle school fat,
right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, one fear of mine that I already talked about is just everything that comes with getting old. And
yeah, that's a real gay fear.
Well, and it goes beyond
I'm
just...
over 30, so like, yeah, I had a nervous breakdown.
I was gonna say, but the thing is, it's more than just the cosmetic stuff too that goes with it. It's like your body decomposing, basically.
Yeah, you're like watching yourself rot.
Right.
Well, like if you think of like all the older drag queens, they just look a certain way.
They do.
And I do not want. Never. I could never.
Although Lady Bunny has changed that around to her advantage, though.
True.
Lady Bunny has. Also, like, I just have this weird... I don't know if anybody else has this, but I have this weird fantasy in my mind where when I get old, I'm gonna be put in a nursing home with all of my friends. So, like, me and my friends are gonna get to be friends forever in this nursing home until we die.
Yeah.
But, like, then that comes with the harsh reality of, like, you don't know where your loved ones are gonna put you.
Or if I'm gonna make it to being old.
Exactly, if I'm gonna make it to being old. We actually...
Well, I'm stopping these jeans right here. These jeans that I have in my body are going no further.
I was gonna say, same, probably.
It's about time this line died out.
Now, these jeans, on the other hand, no.
Mine
cannot be
overalls.
stopped. Yeah, like, no.
No.
Yeah, that's one thing that we don't have to fear as gays is accidental babies.
Right.
Which is another, let's get a little topical, which we're gonna get even more topical on the subject next week in the little fun surprise episode I filmed for y'all yesterday. But Amy Coney Barrett got confirmed yesterday. You know, we all know. And the thing is, you know, a lot of people out there are gonna say, well, she never straight up, you know, she's never said she wants to affect gay people. That too. But she wouldn't confirm or deny her feelings about gay people.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, with every other issue that they pressed to her, she had a clear, concise answer. When she was asked about this, about the LGBTQ community and like our rights and like where she stands on us deserving those rights, she refused to answer. That's answering.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I say all that to say, you know, once...
Well, look, I'm ready.
What?
I'm fully ready. I have a farm. We can all move there.
There
we
you
can
go.
secede from the union.
Yes. Yes.
We will be our own thing.
Wesleyana. That's what
All
we'll call
straights
it.
will be thrown out.
That would mean your family would have to get thrown out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be happy with that.
I was just saying, I'm not hearing negative.
I was gonna say, but yeah, I was just about to say, like, that's the true scary sweet tea, y'all, is that there's potential that we're about to lose a lot of protections, privileges, and freedoms and rights.
Well, you know, sorry, every time I get angry, my blood sugar goes up, and that's what that sound is.
We're just glad to know.
Once again, these genes stop with me. There will be no more skinny, ginger, dying people born in this family.
I was gonna say, look, we have the Darth Vader of drag right here.
But if anybody wants to know what I think, it's always like beep beep.
Exactly. It's like. So I'm gonna try to say this
convenient.
I was gonna say
10 seconds to get away from me.
I honestly, that would make great. That's great, like movie / playwriting, dramatic effect material. Literally, like having a really deep conversation at a table, and then someone just being silent in the corner, and then all of a sudden you just hear that beeping, and you're like, okay,
it's like
let's change the
blood
subject.
pressure monitor.
Right.
Let's walk away.
But for real though, like. Y'all, this is why it's so important to vote. Once again, if you want anything from this charcuterie board or an Oreo,
I will hand deliver. I forgot we had Oreos. Holy shit!
Yes, and they're not regular Oreos; they're marshmallow chocolate Oreos. Do you not appreciate my Oreos?
Is this not enough for you?
Right.
Are you not entertained?
I did everything for you. No. But yeah, so y'all just when the revolution comes,
we're gonna make it.
We've
been here throughout history.
Plus, this will give drag queens ample opportunity to do a lip sync for your life of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's Ghost and Amy Coney Barrett.
I actually have one with Cindy Hyde-Smith in it.
Really?
The one where she says that she would go to a hanging.
Oh my god. There you go. So, I just have one last question for you, my friends. And it's super simple. Was there anything in your episode that A, you wish you had mentioned? B, in hindsight, you think, oh, I probably wish he would have asked that question? Or C, a combination of those two?
We had a lot of conversations that didn't get taped.
Yes, and that we were having technical difficulties.
Yeah. And I honestly wish all of that was in there.
I know, we kind of went a little deeper into your origin story.
Yeah.
There part of, you know how the battery accidentally fell out of the laptop after, well, that actually deleted a good bit of you explaining your bisexuality.
Yeah, all of that was gone.
I was gonna say, so I had a lot of cutting I had to do at the very beginning, so there was a bit that people missed out. So if you wanna go a little bit into that, you know.
Yeah. So like, I went into like, well, first of all, I don't even think I said I was bisexual in the one we had, right?
You did, but you didn't go into as much detail as you did.
So like, I played baseball growing up, and like they would always tell you, you know, you have to be one thing or the other. You can't be a man and make women's clothes. You can't like. I never saw an out gay person until I was like 18. Well, no, I mean outside of drag.
Right.
But I couldn't touch those people.
Well, and the person getting fisted behind you
right,
when you were 15,
yeah.
you know.
But as far as like someone who was personality, I knew. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because like whenever I was do drag, I knew I was like sneaking in and I wasn't supposed to be there, so I would like go do the show and then leave. I also took off a lot of clothing, so like the security usually was like walking me in my car, like get me out of there really fast. But so like I like throughout high school had like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and they knew about each other. It was all like cool. But then I got like when I got to college, my major was clothing design, so like I was like, oh, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay, but I didn't like think I was like that gay. Because like what is happening? Like at that time I didn't even know the word bi. You know what I mean? And then people are like, you can't have both. You got to choose one or the other. So then
people
like
are still that way.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So then for like a long time I was just gay. Like a long time. And then like in the last few years I've been like, oh wait, I'm not gay. Oh yeah.
Oops.
Oh, and then I also went into like the reason I stopped drag. About to talk about it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I got raped. And on the street in New Orleans. I was coming back from a show at Oz, which is a great place. You don't get raped there, I promise. And so I was in full drag, and I remember this guy saying, "Let me have $1," and that's the last thing I remember. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. A policeman had found me. The guy had completely ripped my dress off, and I was still, like, in corset and stuff. So, like, he had, like, dug deep to find a hole to put it in, and, like, yeah. And I had almost bled to death. So, that was, like, I was like, maybe I'm just going to step back for a while. Like, I can't do that. And then, so, like, 2 years later, I had been going to drag shows over and over again, and was like, damn, I just want to do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is just, like, who I am. Like, even when I was at Southern, I was doing it, but I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, literally, I told Wesley this whenever I first came back. I was like, Wesley, I thought drag was something new for you, because I never knew that facet of you when I was
I didn't tell anybody. I had a fiance at the time who didn't know that I was doing drag. He thought I worked I told him that I worked at the post office. So, like, yeah.
You told us that you worked at the post office, too! Wait a minute!
I know! So, like, that was, like, my story. That's, like, why I'm never anywhere. I gotta go out of town once in a while. But, and I never performed in the state during that time. So, like, I would go somewhere else. I would go, you know, Louisiana usually, because there's literally a show on every corner there. And I wish that was more like that here, but
here, you know.
But there's an organization called Mississippi United in Pride, and I'm going to be doing a tour with them later this year. And there are 45 performers that are all from Mississippi in the tour.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be cool to see. A lot of them we've probably never seen before because they have to go other places, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it's really, I mean, I know it's hard for a drag performer to make any kind of a living
Money,
here.
yeah.
But you travel, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a lot easier to travel, honestly, because, like, I mean, we live in the one state that has the lowest minimum wage.
Right.
So people don't have money to give you, really.
True.
So, like, usually any performer who's performing for you here is basically doing it for free. Like, there's really no, like, standard for that. But, yeah. I just bogarted that whole conversation.
No, it's fine. No, I mean, once again, it's an open forum, so. Zane.
Your turn.
Your turn, Zane.
I don't have any stories about discovering identity or surviving trauma.
It doesn't have to be about that. Well, your episode really wasn't exactly about that either, so, I mean...
Yeah, I really didn't go into, like, sexuality or preferences or anything like that. We talked more about, like, connections between queerness and spirituality.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I'm pretty open, like, the titles and labels are pretty fluid for me, so I don't really have any, like, concrete thing to put down. I'm engaged to a man, so that's that, and
That's pretty good.
I'm non-binary, so...
Yeah, and, well, you know, if you listen to the last episode, you know, I came out again. I basically just, you know, let it out that, you know, I just kind of, especially after doing all of these interviewing and getting to see all these different perspectives, I've just kind of come to the point where I'm like, you know what, like, my label is queer now. Like, I know that I like men, but I don't want to put any other definitions on me. I'm just queer, you know?
Can you explain non-binary? Because I feel like everyone I've spoken to has a totally different answer.
Honestly, it just kind of is like being like pressured to be one side or the other of the gender binary just makes me really uncomfortable. I get called trans a lot, and like it's because like I have a higher pitched voice, the round face, you know, all that jazz. But I get called ma'am a lot at like drive-throughs or like where people can't see me, they just hear me. Or even if sometimes like people can see me,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and still call me ma'am. And like that made me feel super shitty.
Is it
For
like an energy thing?
I guess so. Like it kind of makes me feel like gross.
Oh.
Like almost like the best word I can put to describe the feeling is like when you feel ugly. Like when you're like I'm really not attractive. Like being gendered makes me feel that, but not about like my looks, but about like who I am fundamentally as a person. And so when I came out as non-binary, I came out as using he they pronouns, and for a really long time like that felt super like almost like a toxic masculinity thing. Of like when people called me ma'am, it made me feel shitty, and so I would like bear down into like I'm a man, and like I would even deepen my voice. Like I would pull up to drive-thrus fully talking like this to whoever I was talking to, and they'd be like, "Hi, we're gonna talk about, you know, what can I get you?" And I don't like, yeah, can I get a, you know? And it's like, why am I doing that? And then after a while, it's like as I kind of broke that down, being called sir and he and Mr. also made me feel shitty. Which then kind of came with like a weird euphoria of like, okay, cool, so I'm not making it up. Like,
Right.
you know, I'm not just doing it for attention. Like, I genuinely feel shitty when people call me him or her. And that just kind of became a thing fairly recently, like this year actually was pretty much when I started being like, hey, like, let's not call me either.
But also there is one non-gendered term that I hate, and I think it's specifically a southern thing. Buddy. I hate whenever a straight man's like, thank you, buddy. I'm like,
buddy.
I'm not your
I call everybody dude.
bud.
I feel like dude is somehow better.
But you know what? That's a battleground word too.
I'm
because-
really okay with dude.
Yeah, me too.
I was gonna say that that's a battleground word.
Buddy
because
is
there
like
are
a
some
boomer
people-
thing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I've never met somebody like our age that says buddy.
No, me neither.
Never genuinely. I'll say it jokingly, like when you were struggling with a chord, I was like, you gonna be
Hey,
okay, buddy?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like.
But I would never say it genuinely. That's
No,
No,
like
yeah.
whenever like I'll bring food to a table and I'm like, is there anything else I can grab you? Nah, thanks, bud.
That
I'm
did
like,
bother me too.
just like,
bud.
you don't know me like that. Like, please stop. But yeah, so.
That's crazy.
Also, there was one thing that we did cut out of Zane's episode, which was the explanation of the alchemical properties of life and death and how to achieve eternal life, but
Yeah.
we discovered that was too powerful.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe next time.
maybe next time. So with that, Halloween is nearly upon us, and we are so excited.
I have to work.
I also have to work, but
I mean, same, but
if you're in the Jackson area, please go to Club 3911. Get you some good old Halloween drag. If you're in the Hattiesburg area, go to the Red Jasper and, you know, get some real Halloween tools. And yeah, happy Halloween. Happy HalloQUEEN. Thanks for coming out in the woods.
happy
and
Halloweenies.
And actually, wait, really quick. It's JesusWeen around here, okay?
JesusWeen.
Go to www.jesusween.com, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out in the woods and into Will's apartment. All right.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
JesusWeen?
JesusWeen.